Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today's video, we're going to talk Star Collecting Warhammer Age of Sigmar, and today we're going to take a look at the Star Collecting Ironjawz box set and see how we can use this box set to start a force of the Ironjawz in the current season of Warhammer Age of Sigmar in Andtor. Now we're going to go through the contents of the box set, talk a little bit about all the different units that come inside them and the options we have when building them, before looking at some other units we can use to expand upon the initial purchase here. We'll then finally finish off the video with a little sample armor list of 1,000 points for you to use, hopefully as some inspiration for starting your own Ironjawz force in the current season of Warhammer Age of Sigmar in Andtor. And so, to begin with, first of all, this box set is led by an Orc War Chanter. Orc War Chanters are one of the many different character options we're going to have for the Orc War Clans, and in particular the Ironjawz here. What this model is going to provide us with is a Violent Fury ability where in your hero phase you can pick a friendly Ironjawz unit within 15 inch and just add one to their damage. But you've also got the War Beats as well, which are pretty similar, I guess, to a Priest, where you can either choose to take the Fix and Beat to do some healing, the Get and Beat to extend your charge ranges, or the Killer Beat to give bonuses to hit against an enemy unit of your choosing. Now, other than that, you are 6 wounds and a 4+ save, so a pretty solid hero all round. Joining this model, we have a battle line unit, which is the Auric Ardboys. They're 2 wounds each with a 4+ save, and they do have access to some models in the unit having a ward save of 6+, so every model with a shield inside the unit can have that ward save of 6+, which is really nice. 2 in every 5 models can have those shields, so you will get in a unit of 10, you'd have 4. Now, other than that, we have the Drawn to the Wire ability, where if this unit's champion ever issues Rally to its unit while they're held within 12 inch of a friendly War Chanter, you return a model to the unit on a 4+ instead of a 6+, which is pretty cool. Now lastly, inside this box set as well, we're going to get the Auric Gore-Grunter unit. Now, Auric Gore-Grunters can become battle line depending on what sub-faction you choose to play as. They're 5 wounds each with a 4+ save, and you do have a couple of different weapon options. You could go with the Pig Iron Choppers, which are 4 attacks at 3s and 3s, Ren 1, damage 1, or go for the Jagged Gore Happers, dropping an attack to go to 3 attacks, but you'll be 3s and 3s, Ren -2, damage 1. Now, Gore-Grunter charge as well. After a model with this unit finishes a charge move, you can roll a dice for each enemy unit with a model within an inch of them, and you add one to the roll if their models are armed with Jagged Gore Hackers. On a 3+, the enemy unit will suffer a mortal wound, and if this unit has one model, roll to determine the mortal wounds after caused for each model in particular. So you've got to, make sure that each one can get into those charges after the charge has finished. Today's video is brought to you by Gap Games, a fantastic retailer in Australia for a variety of different miniature war games. If you'd like to help support the channel, we have an affiliate link where by clicking on and purchasing, you'll help support the channel, but you'll also help support Gap Games, which is a fantastic servant to the community. And so, where to go after that first initial box set? And the first thing we're going to talk about is going to be the Auric Weird Knob Shaman. Now, this is the only model we have inside the Ironjawz force that can be an Andorian Locust. As standard, obviously, you could always give an Arcane Tome to many of your other characters to turn them into Andorian Locusts as well. But the Auric Weird Knob Shaman's pretty decent. 6 wounds on a 5+ save is decent for a wizard. Your Wire Staff for a wizard is honestly pretty good for a Foot Wizard's attacks, with 3 attacks at 4s and 3s, Ren 1, damage D3. Now, you are a 1 cast and 1 unbind wizard, but you do have Brutal Power as an ability, where if this unit's within 12 inch of 10 or more other friendly Ironjawz models at the end of your hero phase, it can attempt to cast a Green Puke spell, even if it's already attempted to cast a spell and that spell was Green Puke already. Green Puke itself has a casting value of 6 and a range of 2d6, and if successfully cast, you pick a point on the battlefield and within range, then draw a line between that point and the caster, and each unit that has models that are passed over from that line will suffer D3 mortal wounds. Now, we do have one Auric unit that is not a named unit that we don't get inside the initial Star Collecting box, and that is the Auric Brutes. Another battle line option we have access to, 3 wounds each with a 4+ save. You've got quite a few different weapon options in here for the unit, with a variety of different rend and damage characteristics, but The big thing is that you mess in ability where enemy models with wounds characteristic of 1 that are within 3 inches of any brutes can't contest objectives, and Duff Up, the big thing, allows you to add 1 to hit rolls if you're targeting anything with 4 wounds or more as well. This is really cool because it means your brutes will be useful against multiple different targets, and even against those things that are, 2 or 3 wounds, they're still going to put an absolute punch into someone as well with their attacks. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is going to be the 2 Underworlds warbands we have access to here for the Ironjawz. Definitely, if you are trying to fit, those last few points, you could look to maybe get in something into your force, like another unit of 5 Ardboys, but we've talked about Ardboys, so why not talk a little bit about these other units? And the first of these is going to be Ironjawz Boys. They are a unit of 4 little Ironjawz here, so we're going to have 2 wounds each with a 4+ save. Now, you've got your boss chopper for 5 attacks, 3s and 3s, round 1, damage 1, and then you've got a variety of other weaponry in the unit as well, which is pretty cool. The Dead Art ability is their big thing, where Gurgaz Iron Skull, the unit's leader, will have a ward of 5+, and the rest of the unit has a ward of 6+. Now, the other unit we can choose to go for these nice cheap point units is Morgoth's Crushers, which is a unit of 3 brutes, 3 wounds each, 4+ save, same as the brutes we've already talked about, but they do have the ability of Beast Bashes, where the first time a monster is destroyed by an attack made by this unit, you can add 1 to wound rolls for attacks made by this unit for the rest of the battle. Other than that, they also have Duff Up the Big Thing as well, which is pretty cool to help them get that damage in on an enemy monster as well. And so here we have our sample armor list, obviously going into the Ironjawz, and the subfaction we've gone here is going to be the Iron Suns. For me, I think this is my favourite subfaction of Ironjawz. They've got the Alright Get 'em ability, which we get. So this is a command ability that we can use at the end of the enemy charge phase. The unit that receives the command must be a friendly Iron Suns unit that is within 12 inches of an enemy unit and more than 3 inches from all other enemy units. That Iron Suns unit can attempt to charge. The ability to be able to countercharge throughout the game is just super good. This can mean, our units never get isolated. We can always sort of set up traps and baits and all of that good stuff as well for opponents to always be worrying about. Now, our grand strategy for the force is going to be the War grand strategy. This means when the battle ends, you complete the strategy if a model picked to be your general or a friendly battle line unit, of which we have plenty in our force, are within enemy territory. We then have a Triumph, as we are 10 points under, and we've gone for Bloodthirsty on this, and it will come into a reason why when we look at some of the other things we're taking within the force. Now, we've got our Auric Warchanter, who's going to take the artifact for our force, which is going to be the Arcane Tome, and then we've got the Get 'em Beat, which is actually the 3d6 charge, and this is why we've got the Bloodthirsty in the force. Now, Auric Weird Knob Shaman is going to be our general for us, and the big thing here is we're going to take the Touched by the War command trait, which is before attempting to cast a spell, we can inflict D3 mortal wounds on a friendly unit nearby, and effectively then we get that bonus to our casting roll. We've also combined this with the Foot of Gork spell, which is a 10+ to cast, that's right, a 10, but it does do D6 mortal wounds and potentially keep stomping across the enemy army as well. We've got a second Weird Knob Shaman in the force, and that one is going to have the Great Big Green Hand of Gork for a nice teleport. Battle line wise, we have 10 Auric Ardboys, and then we've got 5 Auric Brutes times 2. We then have 3 Auric Gork Grunters and Morgoth's Crushers rounding out the force. Now, I did mention that Morgoth's Crushers, they potentially can be hard to find, same as Ironjawz Boys, so you can always, with this last 80 points, just go another unit of 5 Ardboys if you so wish to. But if you've got some ideas on how to expand upon this initial box set with your Ironjawz, let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. And so that is the end of the video. We hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our great little community we have here at Sinful Gaming, we have a Discord server, which is linked down in the video's description. Also linked down in the video's description are the best ways to help support the channel, be that via Patreon or YouTube members, or by grabbing yourself some merch, whether that's stickers, t-shirt, mugs, or anything from our Teespring store as well, or by using our affiliate links, which are also linked down in the description as well, that go a long way to helping support the channel. As a special thank you to all our Patreons and YouTube members, we'd like to give you all a shout out. So thank you to Andy C, Grimskull, Colorblind Magic, Iron Grinch, Benjamin Swallows, James Cater, Mark Harvey, Domir, Average Wargamer, JJ Austrian, Cure Dynamic, Andrew Bowen, Alderin Shot First, Kendall, Soren, Green Roots Gaming, Ronya, Lockloric, The Johnny84, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Monty Tabletop Terrain, James Tillman, Disco, John Castle, and Gargamel196. Thank you all so much for helping support the channel. It means the absolute world to us. Please do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Once again, everyone, stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.